a man is really needing work, and he hears that the zoo has some openings. And so he goes to apply, and they take a good look at him. He's tall, he has a great build, and they said, here's where we really need you, and we need you like right now. Our gorilla died yesterday, and until we can get another one, we need you to fill in. And we have this suit, and the man said, sure, I'm willing, the price is right, sure, no problem. And he puts on the gorilla suit, and he looks, and he goes, God, I really do look like a gorilla. So they said, but here's the thing, we just want you to sleep, and we want you to act like you're eating. We just want you to be quiet and just hang out. Well, that worked for a couple of days, but after a while, he just got real tired of it. And he went, I need some activity. So he started doing some funny things. He started moving towards the glass, and the people started clapping. The next thing you know, he's like hanging on a vine on the tree, and he decides to sling over. And when he does, the vine breaks, and he falls next door in the cage with the lion. Oh, my. And so he sees that lion like 20 feet away, and he goes, oh my God, I'm not really a gorilla, I'm a person, and I need your help, And the lion goes over to him and says, would you shut up? You're going to get both of us fired. Well, here we are yet again, and it's trick or treat. And we know that many people throughout especially the U.S., for that one day will be all decorated in being someone, either they long to be some kind of hero or some kind of famous thing with the movies or something. And they will be that for a day, and they will convince themselves that that is really a part that they can play. However, more than a day, you want to check that. If you're wearing an outfit, you're a chameleon, you're saying the right answer so people will like you. You're just kind of ho-humming along, not ever wanting to upset the apple cart and all those kind of things. You don't get to play Halloween and trick-or-treat, but more than one day a year. Are you with me? Are you with me? It's so important because you don't want to spend your life being like someone else or going with the trends of, well, this is what's popular now. You want to ground in and anchor into this discovery, this learning, this possibility within your own being. And when I was 29 and I first started my science and my ministerial courses, my teacher said something to me and I never forgot it. He said, you don't want to develop a life of codependency. He said, because what's going to happen is at the end of your life, when they show the movie, you're going to continue to try to see where you are. Because you didn't make the movie, because everybody you put in place, rather than you, are going to be in that movie, but you're not going to be in it. And that really stayed with me. Now, it stayed with me through therapy, through emotional work, through mental work. It stayed with me through some things to unlayer this reality of me, to realize that I had bought into an idea that I was broken. That I had bought into an idea that something was wrong with me, that I had bought into this idea that I was too much, or that I needed to tone down, or all the things that happen, right? As Bruce Lipton would say, between the time that you were 0 to 6 years old, what was your shutdown? What was your shutdown, and why do you continue to shut down? And why do you feel so brave when you're wearing your trick-or-treat outfit, but otherwise you're submissive or toned down? Those are questions that we all want to look at, yes? And so in that energy space, as you recall 2 weeks ago, and I'm letting you know I recall it too, that I mentioned Emma Curtis Hopkins said, never is a sick person coming before me to be healed, but a whole person is coming before me to be recognized. And so I'm going to want to elaborate on that a bit today as we talk about the best is yet to come. I want to elaborate on that for myself and for you. You know, it starts early on when you're told in the very beginning of school to run up under a desk because something could happen, a bomb could happen, something could happen. And the programming begins from there. The programming begins with you fall short because you didn't make a particular grade. The programming falls short because you acted out in school or you have a bad conduct grade. As I love to say, at least once a year, my 6th grade teacher called my parents in and told them I was never going to amount to anything because I talked too much. So it's that kind of space that somewhere along the way we are programmed to believe and to perceive that we are broken. And so it's a big thing. It's a big thing because we are not broken. We are born of infinite intelligence. We are born of creative spirit. We are born innately as artists, as great wonders of the universe, as the greatest stars on this planet. We are born in that same way. And especially with religiosity, it's almost the worst. Traditional religiosity starts off a young child telling them that you're an original sin, that you're worthless, you're unworthy, and if you don't do this and do certain things, and pretty much you're going to always be that way, but you need to go through a level of salvation. What I'm going to tell you today is you need to go through a level of saving yourself. You need to go through a level of owning yourself. You need to go through a level of willingly admitting as you look in the mirror, I am not broken. I am whole. I am holy. There's nothing broken about me. There's nothing that is missing. I was born with everything I needed and have needed ever since to claim the territory in this energy that we call life. But see, you got to realize you're going to upset some of your family. You're going to upset some of your friends. You're going to upset some people because you go where the money trail is, people. That's where the money is. As long as you believe you're broken, you're waiting for somebody to tell you the next thing you need to go do, or the next shot you need to go get, or the next pill you need to take, or the next thing because you're broken. Now, I'm not talking about supplements and green juice and things that only continue to enhance the fact that you're not broken. I'm talking about the fact that as long as you believe on some level you have a brokenness about you, you are going to willingly do things and put on a Halloween suit that is not yours to put on. And they got you. They got you because they're going to grab you and say, here's what you need. And you're going to go, oh, okay, because I'm kicked into this emotional part of me that I'm broken. And that is why so few therapists are successful, or counselors or therapists are successful, is because they base their lives and their energy on facts and personality versus the bigger picture of seeing someone's wholeness. Right? Now, I didn't say that everybody that you meet, you're going to go, oh, come be in my circle. I didn't say you're going to just love being around everybody, right? I didn't say you're going to be a robotic non-person. What I said is that no matter what, you can still see that person is whole. Yeah, go bless someone else in your wholeness. And I'm staying here. Right? Is this working for you? Good, as I want to make sure I've got some more minutes to go. So there's a legend about 3 men that there's a legend about them that they have 2 sacks. They hang one in the front and they hang one off the back, off their neck. And so one man says, well, I have the things that have happened to me in my life in my front sack, and I have the friends and my family and the people that love me in the back. And so I carry them behind me. But every now and then it's important for me to open up my sack in the front and look at the opportunities I missed or look at something. And the second man says, well, with my 2 sacks, he said, well, I have all the blessings in the front of people and experiences and things, but I have all my mistakes in the back, and I'm just kind of carrying them around. They're all my mistakes and all the coulda, shouldas, and wouldas, and all those times I wasn't myself and I believed I was broken, and it gets really heavy after a while, and it really brings me down. And the third man said, well, He said, I have all my blessings in the front. I have all my gifts. I have all my experiences. I have this positivity about me of everything that I face and everything that I see. And in my sack on the back, well, I cut a hole in it. Because he said, those are things that happen to me, but they are in my past. They go in one end and they come out the other, and I do not carry them around at all because I am free. I am eternally free. My vibration is free. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. I am free. It is gone. It is washed out, and I only carry and tote that which supports me being me as a whole person. And you're going to want to catch yourself. You're going to want to catch yourself because this is a habit that takes sometimes a few days for you to break. It's all this goodness and all this joy and all this love, and then you go, yeah, but don't you remember that? Blah, 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 blah. No. Cut a hole in it. Let it go. Let it go. This is your creation day today. And tomorrow will be your creation day too, right? It sure will, because that's how it works and that's how it unfolds. The other thing that happens when you live in a world of the best is yet to come, I started learning this when I was doing counseling with people or life coaching, that a stranger would show up in their lives. Could be a carpenter, could be somebody working on their house, it could be a new business partner or whatever. And a friend of mine, she was having tremendous issues at home with her husband. A lot of problems, but she wasn't facing them. So what happened is she went into business, in the retail business with this guy. She wasn't attached to him. She didn't have soul cords connected to him. And boy, that was her story. He was the most aggravating human being she had ever met. And she just couldn't tolerate him. And he would override her about decisions. And who does he think he is? And who does he think he is? And she said that to me one too many times. Who does he think he is? And I said, he thinks he's your husband. And he's showing up in your life so you can clearly see the picture in which you have chosen to live. He's a stranger to you, an absolute stranger, but he's giving you the greatest blessing because he's asking you to clear your stuff. Remember, you're not broken, and release. Release. And so she was like, whoa. And she and her husband went on to be with people that they were actually happy with. You see, strangers show up in the most interesting places to show you what you need to know about you, you see, about you. So Jesus asked his disciples, who do you say I am? And Simon Peter answered, you're the Messiah, the Son of the living God. And Jesus replied, you are blessed, Simon, because my Father in heaven has revealed this to you. You did not learn this from any human being. Do you get that? You see who I am because you listen to Spirit within you. And you didn't get that from any human being with human limitations, with human ideas, with human thoughts, with human projection, with human perception. And so it's so important when you are in the midst of anyone that you're asking the Spirit to flow through you to help you in your awareness of seeing the wholeness of another human being, of seeing that they are not broken, of seeing their gifts and their talents. And what you do is you build a template of understanding for them. And the more that you hold that template, the more they become it. The more that you hold that idea, the more that they step into it. Now, there are going to be a few that may resist, maybe so, but you have planted a seed. It may not grow, it may take a long time to grow like a bamboo shooting up, but it is there. You understand? It is there. That's how you see people, is the listening is not about personality. The listening is not the day-to-day. The listening is you ask Spirit, show me the Christ energy in this situation so I may see it. It's a powerful way to learn how to be. I just recently was featured in it's a bestseller now, a book called Crappy to Happy. Crappy to Happy. And you know what? Everyone can decide to focus on the crappy of life, or they can focus on how the crappy made them happy. And when you know you're not broken, you can take all the crappy there is and you don't wear it in a bag. You just go, well, that was the crappy, but look how it made me happy. And the question on the radio shows and the questions that they continue to ask me, what did you do not to give up? You know, being assessed as a homosexual, you know, going to a mental health clinic. How did you just not give up as a teenager? And I went, there was a connection. There was a connection. I kept saying to God, show me who I really am. Show me what I am about. Show me I'm here to be. Show me. Bring forth the languaging and the experiences and the people that will see who I really am, not according to trends, not according to religiosity. Show me something different so I may step into the fact of owning my difference. And that's how it unfolds in your life, and that's how it works. You know, when we talk about trick or treat, we talk about the power of the trick or treat. You can be tricked by life, or you can see it as a treat. Now, in Science of Mind, that's what we call prayer. You witness it and you treat. You do a spiritual mind treatment. You do affirmative prayer. And what people often do when something's happening in their lives is they want to pray it away. They want to pray it away. They want to pray it out of their lives. And so they continue to give a vibration of, get this away from me. Pray this away. Get it gone. Get it out of the way. I don't want to see you. I don't want to know you. You're not going to move in. I'm going to pray you away. Whether it's health, whether it's whatever it is, whether it's a person, I'm going to pray you away. Because, you know, God knows there's still a part of me that, well, I'm kind of broken and I'm sensitive and I'm vulnerable. So I'm going to pray you away. You get that? And I'm going to pray every day. And I'm going to ask a bunch of people to pray it away for me. You're going to pray. They're going to pray. Chaplain's going to pray. Everybody's going to pray it away. Good luck with that. Pray you into being. Treat you into being. Treat you into the memory that you are working with the laws of life that are millions of years old. Pray you into the space that you need to be, and all things unlike you will fade away. And as Emerson would say, they would go back to the nothingness from whence they came. But the more you pray something away, the more you are bringing it into your reality. Your reality. So pray what you need. Pray your space. Pray your energy in that power. It's likened to a story of this elderly man that he had developed a hobby. He loved to sell hot dogs on the side of the road, and he really got into it, and people loved them. They just thought they were the best hot dogs in town, and they would drive from near and far to get his hot dogs. They were that good. And so he decided, well, I'm going to get a bigger cooker. I'm going to, change my brand. I'm going to upgrade. And so he's all set up, and he's doing really, really well. Well, his son graduated from college, and his son said, Dad, have you heard? There's a recession. And he said, what? He said, yeah, there's a recession. And he said, things are going downhill, and people aren't buying, and they're not spending. And he said, well, here I am. My son just graduated from college. I ought to listen to him. So he said, okay, so there's a recession. So more and more people stop coming. More and more people stop spending. And he says to his son, you were right. There's a recession. We have a lot of people yapping. Oh, 2020, and I had it off. Oh, it's just so bad. And COVID, and it's just so bad. And what's happening to the world is just so bad. It's just so bad. Let's just pray it all away. Pray it all away. Pray it all away. Oh, my God. Let's just pray it all away. It's just so bad, so awful, so bad. The best is yet to come. If you pray you into this experience, you will laugh and you will be joyful because you know that on the other side of this, the best is yet to come. Pray you into this space. We are learning. We are being reprogrammed. We're creating a new program and a new paradigm of who we are designed and destined to be. So, in closing, there's a woman walking down the street, and she has a box, and it's got these holes in it. And the neighbor comes up to her and says, What have you got? And she goes, well, I got a cat. Well, what are you doing with the cat? Well, I keep dreaming there's mice in my house. And so I'm taking this cat because I don't want to have mice in my house. And the neighbor says, well, honey, that's imaginary. That's not real. That's your dream. And she said, well, so is the cat. If you're going to let your imagination take you anywhere, take it for the betterment of your life. God bless you. God bless you.